Why does a room full of people exhaust you? But sitting next to a plant instantly softens your body. If you talk to your plants, you aren't crazy. You are actually sensing a biological response that science and Feng Shui has recognized for a long time. Your body simply knows the difference between a dead room and a living one. Hi, I'm Daphne. Today, we are looking at the breath exchange, the energy of wood element, and why your nervous system feels safer here than it does in a crowd. First, let's be clear. This isn't about pretending plants are listening like a therapist. This is actually simple biology. There's a concept called the Biophilia Hypothesis, popularized by the Harvard biologist E.O. Wilson. He argued that because humans evolved in nature, we have biological need to connect with other forms of life. Your nervous system is incredibly smart. It knows the difference between a dead object and a living one. Think about it. A wall doesn't change. Your phone doesn't breathe. A chair doesn't grow. But a plant responds to you. It responds to the water you give, the CO2 you breathe out, and the light in the room. When you're surrounded by dead static objects all day, your body suddenly stagnates. But near living things, your body gets a signal. We are safe here. Things are growing here. That safety is where the comfort comes from. In Feng Shui, plants represent the wood element. Now, wood isn't just a material, it's actually an action. It represents outward growth, flexibility, and kindness. If you watch a plant grow, it never forces things. It simply sees the light and grows. So, when you take time talking to your plants or caring for them, you aren't just decorating. You are surrounding yourself with that specific temple of energy. You are syncing your nervous system with something slow, flexible, and kind. This is what we call Sheng Qi, life force energy. A plant generates Sheng Qi, and when you talk to it, you're basically tuning your energy to that slower, calmer frequency. It's also about the breath exchange. When you breathe out, you're releasing carbon dioxide, which is essentially a waste product for your body. But for the plant, that's pure food and nourishment. And in return, the plant releases oxygen, which is exactly what you need to stay alive. So when you lean on close to a plant to whisper to it, or check a new leaf, you're participating in a literal biological loop. Your waste becomes their food, and their waste becomes your life support. It's a perfect, gentle exchange where nothing is waste. There's one more reason why talking to plants feels so good, especially for those of us who are a little more introvert or sensitive. When we talk to people, we're constantly regulating. You're wondering, am I making eye contact? Is my tone right? Do they understand me? It takes a lot of mental energy. But plants, they don't judge or interrupt. They even don't need you to be interesting. When you speak to a plant, your voice gets to just exist. There's no threat of a rejection. And for your nervous system, the absence of threat is the definition of a relaxation. You might be curious, do plants actually grow better when you talk to them? Interestingly, the Royal Horticultural Society actually found that tomato plants grew taller when people read to them, especially female voices. But personally, I think they grow better because you're slowing down enough to notice them. You're noticing the light, the water, the dust on the leaves. When you're calm and present, you become a better caretaker. So, if you catch yourself chatting with the pole folks this week, don't feel weird about it. Take it as a sign that you're creating a sanctuary of a good energy. I'm curious, do you have specific plant that you feel most connected to? Tell me in the comments. And if you want to understand the specific personality type of people who do this and why it's not just about gardening, but about emotional intelligence, you can watch my another video right here. Remember, you're not alone.